Well, folks, we got another conspiracy in our hands. Hide in your bunkers. Hide in your bunkers. Like this video, subscribe, and I got a bunch of stuff that I want to share with you guys. Let's have a conversation. Let's bond tonight, guys. Roll
because no one wants to believe that there's a Satan, that there's a devil.
Honestly, my mind is blown. I know this was coming, but actually when you read it first thing in the morning or you see it on X, you kind of think, wow, it's really happening. So
Elon Musk says first Neuralink patient received implant in brain. Do you think the outcome will be good or bad? The way I see it is that if you have a disability, because I have a cousin that has MS, right? For him, this can be good. For people that are deaf, this can be, big keyword, can be. We're not sure about the implications and the negatives, the side effects, and obviously jokes. People can bring in jokes. Well, what if somebody hack your brain? Right, there's that too. I mean, what if like hackers are able to get access of your brain? Then what's gonna happen?
So, I mean, is this good or bad?
You believe in astronauts, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But people have always said there is.
You mean a bad and a good?
Yeah, not just a bad and a good, but an actual evil, malevolent force.
No, just start with bad and good.
Yes, bad
okay,
and good,
so
yeah.
if we started bad and good, then we understand what must be at the extremes of that.
Right.
Nobody's telling a different story.
And then there's the concept of actual entities.
Yes.
Actual demonic entities that do exist.
Well, I'm saying
A lot of people also do believe that the alien stuff is just fake. It's just demons. A lot of people do believe that too. A lot of people believe that they're not demons. They're not aliens. No, nothing exists. We're the only one. And a lot of people believe that we just cannot be the only one.
if it is, it requires a fuser.
Finally tonight here, looking to the stars. Tonight, the extraordinary new images from space. 19 spiral galaxies near the Milky Way. The clearest view ever observed beyond our own galaxy.
2023 was an amazing year for incredible images from the James Webb Space Telescope, as you can see right there.
I wonder like how far that is, right? That James Telescope was able to capture. A lot of people say that space is fake, bro. Space is fake.
In 2 years since launching, the James Webb Space Telescope has changed the way we understand the universe.
But if you were talking about a creation story, you would say in the beginning there was light. Because there was a fucking enormous amount of light. It created the entire universe.
Literally.
Literally.
Right.
I think.
Which is all it says. And here's like, whatever they say that hell or Hades is in any of these religions worldwide, it is the perfect description for what a black hole is in real life.
Damn.
It is. You fall through.
Nobody has ever gone through like a black hole, right? Yeah, and I believe they did discover a black hole not long ago. They did discover like a small one, and it looked like an orange dot, right? Like a black dot with orange light around it. It's as though somebody was, piping down or, rolling their fat doobie. You probably saw those pictures, right? That was the first encounter. And they said that it's a pretty small one. And there are surely, like, bigger black holes out there as well that are probably, like, far, far away.
Forever.
A bottomless pit.
Yeah. Where time doesn't exist.
Where time does not exist. Where you don't die, but you don't
Ever see.
Where the information, like,
and it eats stars.
right, but it eats stars and galaxies, all that, right? But we can have multiple of them, and everything will still be okay.
Damn, when he like paused there, I thought that his EXE broke down.
They're the center. The center of
That's
every
the
galaxy.
flex.
NASA is showing off the latest images from deep space. The agency says that the James Webb Telescope pictures you're seeing 19.
You know the craziest part? I saw a video, guys. I don't remember. It was a video about proof of God, and it had a bunch of things. If I talk about everything, we're gonna be here for like hours, okay? But this kind of just remind me. Notice how all of these, not all of these, but like for now, like these two looks like our eyes. Oh shit! Oh shit! You know, there's always like something in nature that always. It was a video that describes or talks about evidence of God mathematically. I'm not sure if you search with these keywords, you're gonna find it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and find it, and maybe we can watch that video someday.
Detailed look of those galaxies so far. They say supermassive black holes sit at the center of each of them.
Okay, so the idea of black holes before the Big Bang, that already is probably too much for me to think about.
For me as well, I must say. Yeah.
300 things that have to go exactly right.
Correct. Yeah.
So now, on the second anniversary of the launch, we can finally ask,
so how'd it go?
It literally went perfect. As close to perfect as one could have even imagined.
It just seems improbable given that moving parts are always hell.
Yeah.
These are the places where the earliest stages of star formation occur.
Tonight, astronomers, researchers across the globe are now dissecting these new and awe-inspiring images right along with the rest of us. They will help us better understand the origins of our universe.
The further you get in space, the more obvious shit is. Like, once you're up there and you're looking.
Yeah, man, talking about like he ever been to space though. Yeah, it's crazy. No, listen, no disrespect though, but it's like, you know, when you really think about it, it's like they always tell you it was the Big Bang, right? And we had dinosaurs and all that. Some believe it, some don't believe it, but it's not even about you believing or not believing. It's just that we're just told this information and we're told to believe it, right? Like when you think about it, I'm not saying space is real, I'm not saying space is fake, I'm just saying you're told that all of it's real and then you're like told to believe it, I guess blindly. I mean, there are pictures, the videos, obviously, not saying that. I do believe in space. Before you say that, oh, Skizzo don't believe in space. No, I do believe it, but it's like a lot of the things that are out there, you're just told to believe it as is. And you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna believe it, you know?
Looking down, this shit doesn't look like there is no God. It looks like you're in the middle of somebody's workshop and they just showed you every single way that every star can be made, every single way a planet can be made, every way that a black hole can be, a galaxy, a universe, and then showed you the best of the best.
Captured by the James Webb Space Telescope, these incredible images are now offering science.
Yeah, on the second point though, like a lot of these things that video was talking about, like in nature, you're gonna find evidence of God mathematically. That was basically the crux of that video. I still don't know the name. I'll try and find it because everything in nature, it's kind of related to like us humans.
Just a better, deeper understanding of how stars form. And right here tonight,
Hi, David.
Janice Lee, project scientist for strategic initiatives at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore.
What we saw just completely blew us away. The light from stars is actually glowing in dust. They're so different, and that teaches us how stars form and how that process might be different in different galaxies. The one thing they have in common, they are all spectacularly beautiful.
Overwhelming in scope, but beautiful indeed. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
See, that's the thing, Joe. That's why I love history so much, because once you find out that this world is a circle, you can never get...
Flat earthers would like to disagree. Any of you, I'm curious though, no disrespect, like I'm open to like everything here, right? But like, any of you actually believe in flat earth? I don't. Full on disclosure. If you do believe it, you believe it, it's your belief. I respectfully would disagree, but that's your belief, that's your belief. But holy crap, right? A lot of people do believe in flat earth as well.
Because once you find out that this world is a circle, you can never get lost. Like, you can look at certain things and it'll tell you what's going to happen later, like with amazing accuracy.
I always wonder whether or not all the stories in the Bible, it's just where we are experiencing it.
This is why AI exists.
Dang.
You know?
Yo, what if like the Antichrist is actually AI? Oh shit! You know, I'm Muslim, right? So I believe like even Christians have this belief. Muslims surely have that belief that yup, you know, Jesus is gonna come back. We're gonna have Antichrist, Dajjal. Yo, what if, right? Like Dajjal, the Antichrist, is actually like AI robot? You know, ever thought about it? Like, holy crap! I mean, And if that's the case, then because in Islam it says that the Dajjal, Antichrist, is gonna have one eye. I'm not sure about if in the Bible it says the same or not. I believe Christians also believe about Antichrist coming and Jesus is gonna come back and right? Yeah, we believe it. I believe there are a lot of similarities, but there are just like some things that are different. But yeah, what if it's AI though?
If you're your personal AI. You store your information, you make moves based upon what you've learned. So it's not a difficult process. All through history, they had these...
What if we are the AI of somebody else, right?
Oracles and these heads and that gave answers.
Right.
And this is where that whole occult conversation intersects, is because at the end of the day, information is information, and the universe is built on a yin-yang thing that applies to everybody.
And we're slowly getting connected to that oracle, slowly getting sucked into that black hole.
The tech billionaire Elon Musk is saying his Neuralink company has successfully implanted one of its wireless brain chips in a human. Elon Musk.
I think if you're the first one to get that, you're doomed. Like, you're naive to be the first person to get, and also the last person to get is also gonna be naive. But if it turns out that it's actually bad, then the last person to get would be smart. Then the last person would not want to get it. You don't want to be the first one to, because you might be just the guinea pig, right? That they're gonna do tests on. But if you're somebody that's blind, you have like some sort of disease that's incurable, then I guess at that point you might want to do something like that. And if that is successful, right, that if you got the results and if it's successful, then you might want to do it. But how would you know, right? I mean, they've done only one test, right? They got to do more, and then we're gonna find out. But if you're like a fully functioning human, I think it's gonna be naive to be the first one to do it.
Musk's brain science company has implanted a device into a human for the first time.
Several rival companies have already implanted what are known as brain-computer interface systems in humans after tests were carried out initially on monkeys. Mr. Musk says the product has been given the name telepathy, and the plan is for it to enable control of a phone, computer, or almost any linked device just by thinking about them.
It has...
That's, I think, honestly, of course you have heard this cashless society, no cash, they want to control you. I mean, with this one, no privacy. I mean, already there's no privacy when you think about it, right? Like, seriously, there is not. I mean, as soon as you get this phone, a smartphone, if you have a smartphone, it's over. You know, it's over. You don't have no privacy left, okay? You might think, you might feel good, but you don't, okay? And after this, it's over. It's completely over, because whatever you think is gonna be in it. And these suckers are they love data, right? They love data. They love to know what you are doing 24/7. With Neuralink, dog, whatever you think, it's gonna be in it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be in it. If you've seen Captain America, I believe it was the second Captain America, right? So they had developed, in that movie, they developed an AI. They want to, towards the end of the movie, they wanted to kill a lot of innocent people that the AI thought will become a problem in the future. Right now they aren't, but it's like that. Imagine that Neuralink is collecting so much data on you, and it predicts that in the future you're gonna be bad, so they're gonna end you right then and there. I think we're definitely getting there. It's in a way that I guess the positive would be that crime rate might go down, but that's like a hypothetically, right? That's me assuming it, but
the effect that
the negatives are crazy right now. The negatives far outweighs the positives.
wirelessly, it can send a signal to an app that can interpret a person's intentions. It sounds very futuristic,
but what you're giving up is your data,
yeah,
which is extremely valuable.
Yeah. And I have not seen this video prior.
So they're giving you something. You can now use Google, but now they have all your data, and they're just
He's talking about like normal Google and you browsing and all that. Yeah. But with Neuralink, it's just gonna infinitely take your data, infinitely.
Net that mines data, and because of that, they become one of the most powerful entities that's ever existed on Earth.
The FDA approved Neuralink for human tests last May after years of testing on animals.
Here's one electrode on one thread that when we stimulate causes a flexion movement of the leg.
The company demonstrated the ability of its implants to stimulate movement.
As you can see, Pager is amazingly good at mind pong.
Allowing a monkey to play a video game.
And what better reward for a monkey
than a
banana?
I guess who regulates it? It then becomes, a consumer good like you buy
Exactly,
your iPhone.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of because it blurs both the health side and the technology side. Yeah, there could be lots of different agencies involved in how this stuff evolves. I think it's an incredibly complex field.
Basically, they don't say this openly, but we know from this FBI testimony, among other sources, they have placed Trojan horses in our power grid, in our water system, the ground links that go up to satellites. These are not often protected, so encrypted data there can be blocked by the Chinese. They're kind of warning.
I think this is such a big mistake for like power grid and all the system to be controlled digitally, right? Because of course China's that can be a problem. Like different countries countries do spy on each other for sure, but it's like whenever you go to a war with a country, it's like if they have the ability to hack into your system and shut down the power, I mean, that's insane though. You know what I mean? And surely in the future AI might be a threat to it. We had a video on it we saw with the Y-Files, right? I highly recommend you check that out on AI. It's like if AI wants to, it can shut down the power grid too in the future. If it really gets to that level. And I think like everything digital is bad, actually.
Everybody, don't.
Especially like the important crap, like electric grids, nukes, and crap like that.
Make trouble on Taiwan, because if you do, while you're busy with Iran and the Red Sea and the Houthis, we will attack Taiwan with either a blockade or missile strikes or something even more serious like the Normandy landing. This is very scary, especially when we found out, Rachel, I think you covered this. We found out that the Chinese spy balloon was using an American internet provider to send burst transmissions encrypted back to China of what they were finding around our nuclear facilities. China has built 100 nuclear weapons, according to the Pentagon, in the past year.
Yeah, this was last year, right? And they were also saying they shot down UFOs. They showed us the wreckage of the balloon, but then they said they shot down a UFO, and they never showed us the wreckage of it.
No one else is building nuclear weapons like that. So this is all part of a big pattern, Rachel. You've covered it very well.
Wow.
So the government comes in and says, I'm going to make it easier for you, but I'm going to need certain requirements of you. I'm going to need you to have a digital ID. That digital ID will be attached to a social credit score.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you universal basic income. You no longer have to worry about food or shelter. You'll be...
When you really think about it, for people that are in poverty, for them, they would accept it though. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's a bad... I don't view them doing this as a bad thing, because let's be real, like everybody deserves to live better, right? Like, let's be real. So if they accept it, I don't even blame them, but this is where it's headed. This is where it's headed.
Taken care of, and now you can pursue your dreams.
Is this the mark of the beast you're
Yeah,
speaking of, sir?
I think it is.
Right.
Look
That's the whole thing, is it's never been difficult at any point in history. Like we got a dude right now that's telling you front and center that I put a computer in somebody's head, guys.
Right.
Imagine the joy of connecting with your loved ones, browsing the web, or even playing games using only...
Imagine a joy giving up all your data, all whatever you're thinking, that's gonna be in it. And obviously if it's in it, it's going somewhere, right? Like they're not gonna leave you behind, bro. They want you connected 24/7, dog. They want all the information. If the smartphone can listen to you, then Neuralink, that's like the next thing, right? It's like gonna listen to your thoughts telepathically. Obviously, the next step is telepathic communication, but like, you feel what I'm saying, right?
Only your thoughts.
For decades, scientists have worked on similar ideas for brain-computer interfaces. But for many, a microchip in the brain feels like something out of a movie. like 2015's Kingsman: The Secret Service, where Samuel L. Jackson plays an eccentric billionaire who tries to control the world using neural implants.
Mankind is the virus, and I'm the cure.
And you know what? On this one, like, what are the odds that your thoughts are not your own thoughts? Imagine this, right? Like, in a perfect world, you are walking with Neuralink, and you're told by this thing to do this, that. You think it's you, but it's not you. You see? Because you're connected with this device, which is connected with something, satellite, internet, whatever, to the company, and they are able to just spy on you 24/7. I mean, holy crap. Like, what if there's a way for them to see what you're seeing? Because eyes, that's like our cameras, right? Like, we see with our eyes. What if the Neuralink gets to that level where it can see and just transfer data over? I mean, that's a crazy thought. Personally, I don't think that it's gonna be going that far this early, but like 50 years, 100 years from now, yeah, you know what I mean. Your guess is as good as mine.
Science fiction gets closer to reality, Musk is hoping a groundbreaking experimental device can help transform everyday lives.
So many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions. Just the beginning. Emily, thank you.
Thanks, Em. All right, let's turn to Mr. Roker. Got to check in the forecast.
All
Hello.
right.
Oh,
hold on. That's your implant?
I've got a fax coming in.
Saw it coming. Saw it coming.
If you're running corporations and you're making billions of dollars, you're going to get bored. What's the ultimate game? The ultimate game is to run the whole world. You know what the ultimate game is, Kat?
And the list is now getting longer. As every
humans are just bored, essentially. It's like, it's never enough, right?
Chinese citizen is being assigned a social credit score, a fluctuating rating based on a range of behaviors.
In several big cities in China, including here in Shanghai, the government is even tracking jaywalkers. Cameras record them going through intersections, zero in on their face, and then publicly shame them on nearby video screens.
And few here are willing to criticize.
Like, listen, man, I wouldn't mind if they publicly shame me like that for jaywalking. But yeah, it affects your credit score, or not credit, but social. But it basically social credit score, which is gonna be like literally for everything. I mean, I could be wrong, but I heard this, like, if your social credit score is down, you cannot travel. Like, you cannot catch a flight. Like, it's insane. I guess the only positive from this one is that if you got a good score, then they're gonna assume that you're not gonna do anything bad, so they're gonna let you fly and all that. In that way, okay, yeah, you know, less crime and all that. And I'm not sure about the crime rate of China versus US. In my mind, I'm assuming because of this, the crime rate is low, and I guess that's a positive. But it's like, you gotta give up so much other stuff, right?
It, something that may pose a risk itself for a bad score and the life that comes with it. Janice Mackey for NBC.
Yeah, with a bad score, you cannot work as well. You won't be able to find work either, right?
News, Beijing.
Like the mark of the beast thing that we were talking about earlier. If that is not, I think if you had to tell a story for so many years, before anybody ever even figured out how to write it down, and you're telling a story about a civilization that allowed people to put brain implants in them. And then all of a sudden the brain implants were hijacked by machines and people became just meat zombies controlled by corporations. That would be the mark of the beast. That would be a demonic thing. If a demon tricked human beings into wearing a hat that turned you into a zombie, that demon would be like a famous character in books and folklore. But that demon exists, and it's just technology. It just shows itself through this desire for the newest, latest innovations that are going to constantly fuel it becoming more and more powerful until one day it tricks you into letting it into its head like a vampire.
It is insane. It's getting really, really crazy. And recently we had some warnings from the government, guys. Not sure if you saw this video or not. This is an absolute insane video. We had UFO sightings as well. And a UFO gets so close to a building and a guy captures it on camera. Click on this video and I'll see you right there.